And welcome to the latest edition of Swan TV. I am joined today by Daniel Thwaites, Finance Director at Barnes Brinkcraft in the beautiful town village of Wroxham, right in the middle of the Norfolk Broads village. Yes, really lovely, great local business. Thrilled to have you on Swan TV today, Daniel. If you would just love to tell us more about what you do, a bit more about the business, and start straight away really with what have you been up to whilst you haven't been open to the public?
Barnes Brinkcraft is a family-run hire boat, cottages. We have holiday properties, marina, over 100 hire boats, day launches, and we also buy and sell boats. We've been going for over 60 years now. The business was set up by my parents. Obviously, lockdown has been challenging. The first one that happened at Easter was difficult. Let's just say you have a winter of no income and then you close just as you're about to start. We used that time productively and did an awful lot of work on the boats. So when we got going again in July, we were absolutely rammed and we were full. We did a lot of work on the holiday properties as well. This time through lockdown, really from November, it's fairly closed season anyway. The houses still go out, so we've used that time to do work on the houses. The boats don't normally get going till March anyway. We've used this time we've redone all the key heading around the yards, about £100,000 invested in key heading, which is something you wouldn't be able to do when people are in the holiday properties, because to put the key heading in, you use pile drivers, which are really noisy and it's really messy. So that we've done whilst in lockdown. We've also resurfaced, done another £100,000 worth of work to the tarmac, to the asphalt, to make the place, any places where the road had got potholes, that's all been done. So we've invested a lot of money there, so that when people arrive on the 12th of April, we've used that time with no customers about to try and be as productive as we can.
Sounds brilliant. Just putting that investment into things that you wouldn't normally have during a downtime. So that's really, really great to hear. Have you seen a surge in people wanting to hire boats for staycation since the roadmap has been announced?
Yes, absolutely. we are probably something like 25-30% up. If you want to book a boat from April to the 17th of May, even though it's single households, we're about where we would normally be. And that's a quiet time anyway for us. It hurts to lose Easter. It hurt to lose. We didn't lose all of Christmas. We lost some of Christmas, and we lost kids' half term. But that's only for our holiday properties. It does hurt us with the hire fleet to lose Easter, but it will be more than made up for by the increase in bookings from April the 12th onwards. If you want to book a holiday in June, July, August, forget it.
Yeah, already. Gosh.
Yeah, we can fit you in October. It really is. We're full. People don't want to go abroad. One of the things we did notice last year with people not being able to go abroad, for years we've been trying to get a younger market onto the Norfolk Broads, and we've tried lots and lots of things to get new customers, because the customers have been getting older and they eventually die. That probably did us. We got probably 10 years or thousands of pounds worth of advertising to get new people. The amount of new people who thought, I've never thought of going on holiday to the UK again. This is fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. Obviously, you got the people who it was never ever going to be for them and they'll never ever come again. You get that anyway. But so many people had never done it, had never holidayed in the UK, had never ever thought about it. God, yeah, we'll do that again. It's fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Hadn't any idea how beautiful the Norfolk Broads was.
I know. I think, anyone who hasn't visited Norfolk, particularly the Broads, anyone that hasn't had a UK staycation, they've missed a trick in previous years, haven't they? But hopefully this is a real step change where we can start celebrating our beautiful countryside and our wonderful country and having holidays here.
I think we've had a whole new influx of new staycationers that have never tried it, and that, okay, it may not be their main holiday. We don't expect to with a lot of cases, but they'll do a weekend or it'll be a regular thing.
Yeah, no, that's great. What is the weirdest thing or the strangest thing that you found on a boat after someone has hired it?
Well, there's been lots I probably couldn't mention on here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, one strange one, we had someone leave their dog behind They had left their dog tied to the boat, and while they unloaded, and then they left, and we phoned and said, "Well, you haven't picked your dog." "Oh dear. Well, can you keep him until next week?" Well, no, we can't. You need to come back and get him. So yeah, we did actually have that happen once, but we do get some strange stuff. But yeah, that was probably the most unusual.
So we know that you and the team are really active on social media. We found it really important to keep communicating with our customers during lockdown. But has it been important to you to keep up with that communication throughout lockdown? And what are the ways that you use to reach out to your customers whilst you can't see them?
My wife, Sarah, is our marketing manager, and she deals with all our social media. I'm afraid, as my young son calls me, a stubby armed dinosaur. Social media is not really for me. However, she does it. We have regular postings, we do regular updates. We have just recently done a photography competition, which people have sent in their pictures from that they've taken all through the year. Some fantastic pictures. We've had a photography competition, and we've actually had to now split it into different sections. There's been so much uptake, and those pictures we will use on our advertising on our website. But it's something we do on a very regular basis. It's not just offers. It's how we're getting on with the latest new boat, what we're doing with the latest work on the premises, and people are very interested in that.
Yeah, oh, that sounds fantastic. I think those interactive things like photo competitions and really trying to increase engagement, that's a great way of getting your brand out there and keeping yourself in the forefront of potential holiday makers' minds, isn't it?
We also do blogs, and we do regular newsletters as well.
Yeah,
so it's something that is done on a regular basis.
Yeah, great. So you've already mentioned summer this year, going to struggle to get a hire boat. But what would be your advice to anyone looking to hire a boat on the Broads, either this summer, potentially next year? What would you say they need to do?
This year, you need to get in as soon as you can, because it's busy. People are uncertain about going abroad. We think we'll be able to go abroad come the summer, but no one's really certain. And do you want to invest a couple of £1,000 to invest in a holiday, to then find you've got to take a test just before you go, or you might end up being put in quarantine when you come back? And I think there's a big element of people saying, "Well, I'm going to go to the UK. At least I know if all goes wrong, I can get in the car and drive home."
Yeah.
And people don't want to sit on a plane. People want to come to the UK. So it is busy. It's very, very busy. So we're probably 25-30% up on bookings at the moment for the peak of the year. It won't stay that way because we can't fill them twice. But if you want to come in June, July, August, you really are going to struggle. You need to get in now as soon as you know your dates. Don't wait until the week before. You won't be. You will struggle. You really will struggle. Last year was the same. We hit last year we would expect to be at 100% capacity, but probably only maybe the 4 weeks of August. We hit the 4th of July last year at 100% capacity, and for the 17 weeks of our season that we had, we were at 100% capacity all by about 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
So it was absolutely full. Even in October, we only then dropped down to about 85 because people couldn't go elsewhere. They were really full.
That's amazing.
Kids half term, we'd expect to do maybe half, 60%. We were at 100%.
That's fantastic, and long may that continue. Let's really hope, like we said before, that this marks a resurgence in UK staycations and holidays to the Broads and boating holidays in particular. So that's fantastic.
Just hope we have a good summer.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope there's some lovely weather. Because last year, obviously, it was glorious, wasn't it?
Lovely. Easter was fantastic, and all our boats were sitting in.
Yeah,
that hurt. That did.
Yeah, I bet. Last year was such a challenge for loads of different reasons. And one of the things we like to ask participants on Swan TV to do is to show us an object that got you through 2020, got you through lockdown. Do you want to share your object, Daniel?
My wife suggested I bring my dog, but I have a Labradoodle called Lulu, who obviously has loved lockdown because she, instead of getting 1 walk a day, she gets 3 or 4 walks a day. But I think as I'm in my office, she'd have been a bit of a pain to bring in my office. But I've got a picture here. I'm not of my family.
Yeah.
This was a couple of years ago. My son is now 13 and bigger than me. but I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
Can you?
a bit higher. There we go. Oh, lovely.
That's my son Ruben and my wife Sarah. That, I think family is when you're in a challenging time, your family is the thing that gets you through. So, you know, and I think the support of my family has probably been one of the most major things.
Yeah, I think that's so accurate. I think people have really kind of re-cemented how important family, friend, really close relationships that we have with each other that we've probably taken for granted for such a long time. And lockdown and that not being able to see, if you're not in a bubble with them, not being able to see people actually now. People want to see their family, they want to see their friends, they want to have those close social bonds again. So yes, it's really lovely to see Sarah and Ruben, and hopefully, as we mentioned off the recording, we'll be able to see you guys in person at our Christmas drinks if that goes ahead this year.
Yes, I hope so. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, all your mince pies again. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Daniel, so much for your time today. It's been lovely to hear about all the positive things that have happened at Barnes Brinkcraft and see beautiful family and hear all about Lulu as well. So thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure. I hope everybody has enjoyed watching us today, having this chat about UK staycations. So thanks for your time, Daniel, and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.